last Sunday was Cam Ward's first NFL game, the number one overall pick, obviously from Jake's Miami Hurricanes, and now he's playing for my Tennessee Titans. So some strong thoughts on this panel for sure. And just the overall thoughts on his first game. They were playing at Denver, and they did lose 20-12. Cam Ward completed less than half of his passes and only had like about 100 something yards. So what are my overall thoughts? It was not good. I'm just going to be honest. It was not a good first start. You know, and maybe as a Titans fan, I could speak with some past experience that this could be like a reverse psychology. Like when Marcus Mariota, when he had his first game, he threw like 4 touchdowns. Will Levis, his first game, he came on in relief and I think threw 4 touchdowns as well. So maybe this is some reverse psychology. You play a bad game first, and now he's going to be a stud. Please, Cam Ward. Um, but yeah. So all that aside, what actually happened in the games of my overall in the game and my overall thoughts. He has a natural ability for sure. And I didn't know he had this. He has like the Michael Penix thing or the Josh Allen thing where he can throw it like 50 yards and not even look like he's trying that hard. Like Cam Ward just has like a gifted arm. And even in the losing effort, even in the effort where the Titans didn't score one single touchdown, I think you could see that. Um, and I guess in this game for sure to give, I guess a little bit of an excuse to Cam Ward. The receivers absolutely let him down. Calvin Ridley had the worst game he's probably ever had in his entire life. He had at least 3 drops, and that's probably being generous. It was more like 5 or something like that. And then, Cam Ward, as a result of that, started getting a little bit sporadic. He started overthrowing a couple guys, so his drops, overthrows, stuff like that. So I don't think you can take way too much from this game. I think Cam Ward didn't look completely lost on the field. But like definitely it was not a good first game. He's just maybe not used to the NFL pace, but yeah, I will our next question will be what does he need to improve on most? You guys can stay tuned for that, but I'll throw it over to Jake first. What are your overall thoughts on Cam Ward's performance last weekend?
Yeah, Evan. I mean, I'm gonna agree with you. He didn't look great. His first start out against in Gainesville, but you, because I know you made your comment about Cam Ward, his arm strength. He makes it look like it's nothing yet. I mean, yeah, if you watched him at Miami and even Incarnate Wood, he never really showed his true arm strength. He could just throw it down 40, 50 yards, with no effort at all. And I think you know, that's something that Cam Ward has always put his game around, um, everything like that. But I think, Cam Ward sacked 6 times as well. I don't think the offensive line showed up. And as you were saying, the wide receivers didn't show up as well. Um, obviously with me being a Miami fan, who would have helped Cam Ward in that situation is Xavier Restrepo. But the Titans cut him. So I feel like if the Titans had Xavier Restrepo, they might have won Cam Ward's first career
We
game. But
we were pulling for that
who
on this
knows?
podcast. We were pulling for that this offseason. You guys remember we were saying, keep Restrepo, but I guess not. Yeah.
Nah, I
Um
mean Restrepo was a beast in college. I mean, if you look at his, stats with Miami, I mean, he was just off the charts, and for some reason he just didn't perform in preseason. So
the Titans
Titans
do
cut
have
him
a very crowded receiver lineup though, which is a good thing
wide
too.
receiver
So
room. Calvin
um
really, yeah.
Calvin Ridley and a lot of young guys too. Especially a lot of rookies. It would have been tough. I mean, he was undrafted, but the Cam Ward connection. It's a little. I agree. It's a little interesting why they did not keep him at least for a little bit. But what does he need to improve on most? When I was watching this game, um, Cam Ward like he played like what 5 or 6 years in college, right, Jake? Yeah, something
Yep.
like that. So that's almost like some veteran leadership just from college, right? He's played so many games, he's seen so many situations, FCS playoffs, Miami going late in the season, like he's seen all of that. The one word I would say is I felt like he was way too sporadic. And sometimes you'll see that with a rookie quarterback. Sometimes he'll take a sack that's like, why are you taking that sack? It's just he hasn't seen an NFL game. Like that's just gonna happen. Um, but the one way I would say sporadic is I felt like early on in the game, and honestly through most of the game, there was a lot of yelling going on from him. There was a lot of like, trying to hype up guys, and that makes sense. And there, he's trying to like, I felt like he was rushing to the place and stuff like that. But I think when you look in football, the best leaders, you look at a Tom Brady, totally locked in when he's playing football. You look at a Patrick Mahomes, yeah, he does all his antics and stuff, but that's pregame. That's after he already scores a touchdown. When Patrick Mahomes is playing, he is locked in as well. You don't need to be the cheerleader, the rah-rah guy necessarily in the NFL at the quarterback position. It again, you can celebrate and stuff like that, but I felt like Cam Ward was very sporadic. I thought like he was trying to make way too much happen at the line of scrimmage when really just snap the ball. Let's pitch and catch, Cam Ward. It's your first game in the NFL, pitch and catch. The rest of it will come later. So yeah, I thought he was a little bit sporadic. I like the energy. It's just I think it could be put into better use. So that's why I would say he needs to work on most going on. The arm talent's there. Just let's just we can chill now. We got one loss. We can come. You can come back from that. But yeah, what would you say he needs to work on most, Jake?
Yeah, the arm talent is definitely there, Evan. I think that he needs to work extra with some wide receivers because it doesn't look like they're all the way on the same page. Obviously Guggenheim, the rookie, as you mentioned, Kevin Ridley has one of his worst games in a Titans uniform, as you say about that. And by the way, Evan, I just wanted to say, sounding a little bit like Chris Collinsworth there with the Patrick Mahomes hype. Um,
Now here's a guy. No, I'm just messing. Yep,
Now
yep.
here's a guy. Now that's kind of what we see out of Patrick
That one
Mahomes.
too. Yep.
Yes, but I think Cam Ward would just be fine. I think first game jitters, maybe can go overthrow the ball a little bit, but I think he'll settle into the season just fine.